Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the March 28th issue of the Tucson Mortgage Weekly. Thanks for tuning in. For all of those fans of the Final Four basketball, college NCAA tournament, congratulations. Unfortunately, if you watched, you saw that Arizona lost by 2 in a very makeable game. Kudos to UConn for moving on. What are you going to do? Anyway, let's go. What's going on with the mortgage markets? Okay, last week, again, another extremely volatile week. On the good side, Japan was announcing earlier in the week that things appear to be better than they thought, and I'm not so sure I buy into that, as we'll see in a second. United Kingdom reported that inflation was running much hotter than they expected. They were announcing inflation rates of something in the area of 4.5%, probably almost twice what we're having here, but even at that rate, it's very hot. The United States, the producer price index, was up 3.3%. Now that's a measurement of wholesale inflation, which is a precursor to what us as consumers see. So 3.3% is actually very, very hot. The Feds continue to unwind or sell their positions in mortgage-backed securities, which only puts pressure on the existing supply and forces rates up. Continued debt problems in Europe. Remember them? There was a time wasn't a minute went by we didn't hear about what was going on in Europe. Haven't heard about that in a long time. I guess that's what happens when you have nuclear problems in Japan. You stop hearing about debt problems in Europe. But that's back in the news, and that's clearly a continuing underlying issue that we have. And that the Feds in the QE2 program, they continue to buy. Excuse me. However, they're only buying a fraction of what's available. So clearly there is huge supply issues out there, which of course forces prices down and rates up again. All right, none of that news looks particularly good. What's going on this morning? Interestingly enough, on the Japan front, Massachusetts, oddly enough, announced that they were finding traces of radioactivity in their drinking water. They suspect this from the Japanese fallout. Man, oh man, that's wild. We're seeing it already. The second thing on a economic front is that the core personal consumption expenditure, that's a guide the federal government uses as a very popular method for what's going on at the consumer level, is also running hotter than expected. It was released this morning, and it's running at an annualized rate of knocking on 2.5%, clearly much higher than the Feds want to see, so we're starting to see inflation creep in already. I also suggest that you read the newsletter, too, because there was an interesting article in there about the whole inflation concept and how it sneaks in. This week, what's going on? Okay, Wednesday comes out the ADP jobs report, which is wild, but it's a wild report. It always tends on making the market move in advance of the Friday actual jobs report from the government, guaranteed to be a market mover. Last I recall, they were expecting 185,000 new jobs, so keep an eye open on that. I will continue to tell people that you should lock and take advantage of rates as they are. If you're in a position to lock on a dip, so much better, but I wouldn't wait. So far, rates have done nothing but go up in the past week. Not a lot, but the pressure is clearly there. Anyway, check out the blog site, TucsonMortgageBlog.com. I'm Todd Abelson with Sun Street Mortgage. Thanks a lot, and make it a great week. Bye-bye.